Urban Intellectuals 815 Rockford celebrates the end of the winter and the beginning of spring with their 4th annual networking event, the Pea Coat and Denim Bonfire.
Slow down, lady. Let you know from the gate. I don't go down, lady. I want to chick with.
The party was rocking near the Rock River, and numerous booths were open for people to get a drink, some food, learn about painting, and listen to music like we just heard from local DJ rated AG. Group organizer Antonio Turner says the event is about creating a social gathering for minorities to have a good time, network, and simply be themselves.
Our goal is just to create a social networking space for entrepreneurs and create safe spaces where we can be intellectually who we are and at the same time culturally who we are.